Hello, welcome to the English class. Today's lesson is about obligation and necessity. Alright, so let's start. Obligation. Today we are going to focus on obligation with must and have to, and the negative of must, not, and don't have to. So look at the obligation with must. Must is used to express internal obligation. What does it mean by internal obligation? It refers to the obligation which is inside the person who gives a speech. Here are the two examples provided. The first example states that I must stop smoking. And the second one, I must wash my clothes. As you can see here, the person who gives a speech commit to stop smoking and wash his or her clothes. Besides internal obligation, must is also used to show rule and regulation. It is not based on him or herself, but it based on the external obligation, the obligation from the outsider, or the obligation from rule, law, or regulation. Here are the two examples provided. Cars must not be parked here. And another one, you must make sure that no water gets into the house from the surrounding soil. So here are the order that you have to follow. If you don't follow the rule set, you will be in trouble. For example, if the statement says cars must not be parked here, if you park your car here, you will be fined or you will be in trouble. Okay, now let's move to another obligation with must, but this time must is used to express necessary. Look at the example provided. The first one is the roof must be strong. The second example, you must use material of the right standard. And the last one, the walls must resist the pressure of the earth around the building. So all of this example express about necessary. It is necessity to have a strong roof. If you don't have a strong roof, the house will be in trouble. You must use material of the right standard. So it is necessary to use the standardized material in order to produce the standard building, for example. And the wall must fight against the pressure of the earth around the building. Alright, now let's move to another point related to have to, obligation with have to. Have to is used like must to express rule, regulation, or thing that someone forced us to do. It is the required by law. Here are the examples. You have to get planning permission. So let's say before you start your construction, you need to get a permission slip to have a permission from the planning permission. And all the appliances have to be earthed. If you move to the negative use, you can see that mustn't is also used to show or express strong obligation. It's similar to must. Must also used to express strong obligation. And this time mustn't is also used to express strong obligation. Look at the example provided. You mustn't build an earth house without planning permission, so it is not permitted. to build an earth house if you don't have any planning permission. You mustn't build within 1 meters of another building. So at least 1 meters or 1 meters away. You mustn't smoke around the school campus. So you are not allowed to smoke around the school campus. It is prohibited. It is the school rule. But if you look at the negative usage of don't have to, it is contrary to mustn't. Mustn't is used to express strong obligation, while don't have to is used to express non-necessary or not necessary. Here are the example. You don't have to paint the wall. You don't have to use wood. Plastic is acceptable. You don't have to paint plastic window frame. So it's not necessary for us to paint the walls. It's still usable. It's still not fake. You don't have to use wood. Plastic is acceptable. Now we have plastic. We still can use plastic. You don't have to paint plastic window frame because it come up with colors already. No need to change the paint color. Alright, to make it more precise, just have a look at the table provided here. Modal verb of obligation and prohibition. So we have must, mustn't, have to, don't have to. As you can see that in the positive form, must is used to show about strong obligation. And it also used to express, the speaker's opinions or the internal obligation of the speaker. For example, I must study today because tomorrow is the exam. In negative form, mustn't is used to express prohibition. So it is still in strong obligation that based on rule, regulation, or law. Here are the example. You mustn't smoke here. You mustn't enter without permission. Have to and don't have to. If you look at the positive one, have to is used to show strong obligation. But this obligation is from outside and it is compulsory. Here are the example. Children have to go to school. But sometimes you also can say children have got to go to school. But if you use have got to, it is informal. If we have a look at don't have to, in the negative form, it is used to express no obligation. I don't have to work on Sundays. You don't have to eat anything you don't like. Alright, now let's move to practice. Look at this picture. What you gonna say? You mustn't eat junk food. How about this one? You mustn't use your phone. And this one? You mustn't drink alcohol. Let's form a statement here. You must eat well. And how about this picture? You must keep fit. Alright, this time it's express necessity. So let's make some sentences. You see the passport here? So what can we say? You have to have a passport to travel to another country. Taxes. You have to pay taxes. Uniform. What we're gonna say? They have to wear a uniform. Thank you so much for watching and see you for the next video clip.